We have until dusk with Wolfgang Beltracchi, and the clock is ticking. By nightfall, he has to be back in an open prison.
Was that always part of it for you,
Yeah.
the thrill of the crime?
Sure. That was a part.
Just enough time for him to paint us a Max Ernst, and for us to get inside his head.
That was the most expensive Campendonk ever sold. Nearly 3 million euros.
Except it wasn't a Campendonk.
Yeah, it was not a Campendonk.
He's probably the most successful art forger in the world. He says there's no one he can't do.
I can do everyone.
Picasso?
Oh, Picasso.
The scale of the fraud was breathtaking. Here a Christie's catalogue with a Beltracchi fake on the cover. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, New York, among a host of galleries that were had. The actor Steve Martin, just one of the private collectors that bought one. Everyone fell for it. 4 decades, hundreds of paintings, millions of pounds. This self-proclaimed hippie ended up with houses across Europe, an estate in France, and a yacht. He called it Voodoo Child. He had to sell it all as payback when he got caught. So, how did he do it? Beltracchi is a very good painter. He's knocking out a pretty convincing looking Max Ernst for us.
I really like this kind of work. I don't think exactly, but I think I have done 25 Max Ernst.
Beltracchi didn't just copy originals, he found a hole in the artist's body of work and filled it, a missing painting, or one that could have existed. He would immerse himself in a painter. It was method acting on canvas. In his head, these forgeries were masterpieces. And before the art world knew any better, they tended to agree.
I love my paintings.
Yeah.
All of them.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And my best Campendonk was the Campendonk they catch me with. It was the Campendonk with the red horses.
Yeah.
That was the most expensive Campendonk ever sold. Nearly 3 million euros.
Except it wasn't a Campendonk.
Yeah, it was not a Campendonk. It was for me, yeah. Sure. Oh, it was the best one.
Do you mean the best one of yours?
The best Campendonk.
Is that what you think? You think that your Campendonk was the best Campendonk?
Yeah, that's a little bit difficult. It was sold as the best Campendonk was ever sold.
Yeah, but was it the best Campendonk?
Yeah, sure.
And behind every great forger,
you were the Bonnie to his Clyde.
Maybe.
Hi, Bonnie.
His wife, Helena, helps source period-appropriate materials, every detail correct. And then they went further.
This photograph was made in France in our bedroom.
She posed as her grandmother, hung the forgeries up behind her, and then pretended she'd inherited them. When they were eventually caught, she got 4 years in prison. He got 6.
He's a forger, sure. He's a criminal, sure. But he's an artist also.
You're still standing by your forger?
I'm still standing by my husband, sure.
Ja. Die können sich das nicht vorstellen mit unserer Liebe, Lene.
What did he just say?
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it's not easy to understand what it is a real love.
Red painting with horses was to be his undoing. He made one mistake. A pigment, titanium white, which wasn't in use at the time. Beltracchi says the ingredient wasn't listed on the tube. Either way, the painting ended up in the hands of his nemesis.
The sort of index case for us, case 0, as it were. And it was a normal job. It came in for analysis, I did my job, I wrote a report.
And what did your report say?
The report came to the conclusion that it couldn't possibly be what it was representing itself to be. So to that end, the report was essentially saying that this painting is a fake.
The report first triggered a civil case, then a criminal one.
Apart from the hedge fund managers and the big money men in the art world, who got hurt here?
There were paintings that have gone into public collections one way or another. So to some extent, public money has gone into these things, whether it's through direct purchase or tax breaks. And they're there on the walls for people to go and see that they are being deceived by these things where they're not recognised.
Other casualties? At least one gallery had to close when the truth came out, and several collectors doing it for the love of it were badly stung. On the studio wall, police evidence bags as souvenirs, and Beltracchi sticking to his line of forgery as performance art.
The bit I'm struggling with, though, is why didn't you just paint this and not pretend that it was one of his? That's the bit I don't understand about your rationale.
That was my art. It was my artwork.
I know it was, but why didn't you just say, this is something that I've done, like what he would have done? Why did you go the extra bit and actually go to such lengths to pretend that it was one of his?
It was nearly one of his.
I know it was nearly one of his, but why didn't you just say, this is nearly one of his?
Because then I don't got 600,000 euro for the painting.
I see.
Yeah, sure. Huh?
Yeah.
They don't give me that money.
I see.
I earned a lot of money with these paintings.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was also the thrill of seeing expert after expert verifying his fakes as the real thing. It was a damning indictment of the art world.
I'm too good for them. That's their problem. And the problem is they think they can look at the painting and say, that's this or that. And therefore I have shown them a mirror, you know?
Is that right? Was that part of it for you, showing a mirror back to the art world?
It was one of my, it's a part of my history, sure.
So you wanted to catch them out. You wanted to trick the art world. You wanted to expose the art world for what you thought it was.
I must do it. It was part of my work, sure.
The finishing touches to our Max Ernst / Beltracchi. Thanks to the discovery of that pigment, titanium white, he's now paying back half of all his present earnings to the people he conned. But there's more to the deal that was done.
Part of the contract is not talking about certain things, isn't it? I'll take that as a yes. Is it because you have secrets, you know secrets about the art world and the art market that they would prefer you not talk about?
Well, sure I know secrets, because I was in this business a long time. Everybody who works in this business has secrets.
Experts say there are hundreds of unidentified Beltracchi fakes still out there. And one last twist. Beltracchis are now valuable in their own right. This one will fetch a few thousand. So he's not giving it to us. The light is fading. Soon time to leave for prison again.
If you were to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
One thing is sure. I never take titanium white. That's true.